Okay. Okay. This is the first part. Let's first define what is an electric circuit. But actually, I think it would be better if I show you in a simulation first. Here, I have a simulation from PET Colorado. You can access this online. And this is simulation is useful for building circuits. Right here on the left of your screen, you can see the different components of a circuit, right? So you have some wires. These are your connectors, your conductors, and you have some battery. Here are your power source. Light bulb. Light bulb is one of your electrical load. So it uses your electrical energy and transform it into other forms, right? Resistors is something that would limit the flow of energy or current to be exact. And then you have some switch here. So I would like to build a simple circuit. So I'm putting in some wires. And then I think I'd like a switch here at the bottom of this of my circuit. Battery, of course. And then I will bend this wire a little bit. This is my light bulb. So I will be transforming my electrical energy to light. And then I will close the loop here. But actually, the circuit is not yet closed, right? Because my switch here is still open. So the circuit right now is still disconnected. Okay, so what happens if I switch it on? So what are your observation, guys? Maybe you can raise your hand if you want to answer. Click the raise hand button. How do I see who's raising their hands? Okay, so what's happening here? What do you observe pala? What do you think are these circles that are moving around your wires and your components? Yes, Miko.
Okay po. So, yung battery po, yan po yung chemical energy po yung battery, converted po yan into electrical energy. So the battery po, meron pa yung negative terminal, positive terminal. This creates a voltage difference po between the 2 points. Tapos kung may voltage difference po, yung electrons po, they tend to move through the wire po. As they move through the wire, nagpupunta po siya sa light bulb. Tapos yung light bulb na yun po, may resistance po siya. Tapos depende po, kunwari po sa old light bulbs po, yung resistance na yun po, nagbabang po siya sa atoms ng wire. Nagproduce po siya ng heat at pati po light. Kaya po merong umiilaw po.
Okay, sige, that's very good. Let's roll back a little bit. What's your first observation here? What are the circular things that are moving around?
Electrons po.
Okay, those are your electrons, right? They are moving in a specific direction as well. So, again, if I switch it off, the switch, I cut the circuits. I cut the circuit and it stopped flowing. My current stopped flowing. Okay, so Nico told us a lot of concepts, and let's break them down a little bit. So here I have my battery here, and then right now the rating is 9 volts, right? So what do you think would happen if I increase the voltage here? So right now it's 9 volts, and then I'm increasing it up to 25 right now. So what's your observation now? You can raise your hand if you want to answer. Yes, Bea.
Mas lumakas po yung light na ini-emit po ng light bulb po.
Okay, and then what about any observation about the movement of my electrons?
Mas bumilis din po yung movement ng electrons sa wires po.
Okay, mas mabilis din ang movement ng electrons sa wires. That's good. Now, Miko said something about all of devices like the light bulb having internal resistances. So right now, the light bulb has a resistance of 10 ohms. So if I do this, if I remove the resistance, and right now it's 0 ohms since I put it that way, what did you observe here? What's happening in my circuit? Yeah, Miko, what happened to my circuit?
So, since tinanggal po natin ng resistance, ibig sabihin po, mas marami na pong current ng flow po sa wire. Tapos, since sinasum po natin yung battery po, wala po siyang internal resistance, kaya wala pong nag-i-stop sa ano po.
Okay,
Ano din po
exactly.
yung sa Ohm's law din po eh.
Okay, so nothing is limiting the flow of my current, right? So this might produce some sort of overheating, right? And it's a fire hazard. So it's very important that my devices have internal resistances. But actually, there's a particular device that you can add to your circuit that does that do that job. So I have here a resistor, right? So a while ago, sige, this is how it looks like, the light intensity before the resistor. And then if I add the resistor to my circuit, you can see that your current is lesser because you have lesser light intensity here, and the movement is also slower, right? So in that way, you are able to control the current flowing through your circuit, and you avoid those types of hazards and overheating. So by the way, this is a simple circuit. There are two types of circuits. You can have a circuit that looks like this. I'll put two light bulbs. The light bulbs are next to each other, right? They are next to each other, and I only have sort of like one path for my electrons to move. So this is called a series circuit because the electrons only get to move in one path. What passes through the first light bulb also passes on through the next light bulb. Now, I actually prepared another one here. So this one right here, so how is it different? How is it different from the first one? So this is my first circuit. You can, I don't know, take a screenshot or try to remember how it looks like. And then this is my second circuit here. So how is it different from the first one that I showed you? I call the first one the series circuit because my electrical loads are next to each other. They are in series with each other and with my power source and the rest of the components. Now here, how is this one different from the first one? Okay, sige, let me view the people who's raising their hand. Okay, let's call on Leanne. Sass? Leanne Sass? Yes, Leanne.
The electric current po is not flowing po.
Currently, yeah, the electrical current is not flowing because I haven't switched on my circuit. I didn't push the switch button on. How about the way it looks like? Um, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Aeoli? Aeoli?
Yes
Okay,
po.
go ahead.
There are two paths for electricity to flow po. It's called parallel circuit po.
Yes, exactly. There are two paths for electrons to flow. It's called a parallel circuit. So let me turn on my switch. And you can see that at this point right here, where the scissors are, your current is divided into two different branches, right? So some of your current will flow through here, the first branch, and some of your current will flow through the second branch. And then here in this at this node, the current from branch 1 and 2 will merge again, and you get your cycle like that. Okay? So in series circuit, what happens if one of my light bulbs sort of like goes busted or get busted or it get the filament get damaged? What do you think would happen with the light bulb number 2? Yes, Sam Duka.
Hindi na rin po mag-work yung isa pong bulb kung hindi po mag-work yung isang bulb.
Okay, something like this, right? So, oopsie. Okay, so if I did a cut there, but let's assume that what happened is it got broken somehow. Now, how about on the second one, Sam? What if I cut the connection here on the first branch? What did you observe?
Mag-work pa rin po yung isa dahil hindi po sila connected sa iisang ano,
In one pathway only.
isang wire po.
Okay, since you have another pathway for electrons to flow, you still have a complete and a closed circuit, right? Okay, sige, that's good. Thanks so much. I'd also like to note that my circuit sort of like flows in a specific direction. I'll go back to this and I'll turn this into a schematic diagram. Okay, my circuit flows in what they call the conventional direction of current. So here, remember Miko mentioned a while ago, may positive sa may negative terminal, right? Yung aking battery. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. This one is the electron flow. What's actually happening, this one is the conventional flow. Let's use the conventional flow. Okay, so what you see here, the longer parallel bar here is the positive terminal of the battery. And then this one is the negative terminal of the battery. Let me show you again the original circuit. So like this, and then I'll transform it into a schematic diagram like this. Okay, so this is my light bulb. And then my resistor here at the bottom, I'll transform. You can see the different symbols. Okay, so using conventional flow or conventional direction of current, what you can see is that my cycle goes from the positive terminal of the battery, like this, passes through my light bulbs, through my resistors, and then goes back to the negative terminal of the battery, and so on and so forth. So that goes my cycle. Sige po. That one is going to be useful later on. Okay, I'll start my discussion again. Okay, sige. What is a circuit? A circuit is another term. Something that you can associate with circuit is a cycle, right? So your electrons have to come from one point and then go back to that original position as well for it to be a complete circuit. So an electric circuit is a complete path through which electricity can flow. So there are a lot of concepts, three important concepts that are involved when you talk about circuits and electricity. Here we have the voltage, the current, and the resistance. So we won't elaborate on this very much, but these are the big three concepts when we talk about circuits. So we have to mention them. So voltage, this is something provided by your power source, like your battery. So Miko said something about potential difference. That's also another term for voltage kanina. So we are going to use this analogy to explain a little bit the concepts. So voltage, you can think of it like pressure. So sa tubig, di ba, if you increase the pressure of the water coming out of the hose, what happens to the water? If you turn your valve or your faucet uh, to its full setting, what happens to the pressure and what happens to the output? Yeah, some. What happens to it, Sam?
Ako po, ay, ano
Yeah.
po, lalakas po yung pressure ng, at
If
yung output po is sasabog din po yung water na lumalabas po din sa gas.
okay, so if you increase the pressure, the water output as well increases, right? Okay. So the next concept, that's voltage, guys. So if you increase for example, you go from 3 volts battery, tapos pinalitan mo siya ng 9-volt battery. Oh, that's greater pressure, right? You're expecting a greater current in that scenario. So if we keep all the factors constant, mas lalakas din yung ilaw ng iyong light bulb, right? And then when we talk about current, this is the actual flow of electrons. So the thing that you are seeing kanina, the flow of electrons. The term that you can use for that is current. There are a lot of factors affecting it. But essentially what I want you to think about is if you see that the electrons are going faster, that means mas madaming electrons ang nagpapass in each second, right? So faster means more current. If you increase the pressure, the voltage, you increase the current as well, considering the resistance is constant. Now, what about resistance? Sabi natin kanina, this controls the flow, di ba? Para hindi masyadong mabilis yung ikot ng electrons around your cycle. So here, the analogy is if you put sand sa iyong water hose, syempre, hindi agad makaka-pass through yung tubig doon, di ba? So it's analogous to your resistors. So if you increase naman the resistance, that means you would have lesser current. Mas hihina ang iyong flow rate, the flow rate of your water, or in this case, your electricity. Sige, let's have this table here. I have a water system on the left and electrical circuit on the right. So ano ang kapartner niya doon sa electrical circuit? Water pump, anong kapartner in an electrical circuit? You can type your answers as well in the chat box. I can read them. Don't forget to take your attendance pala. Okay. Water pump, anong katumbas siya sa electrical circuit? Is anyone typing in the chat? Okay, the battery. How about the water? What's the equivalent in an electrical circuit? Okay, it can be the electrons. Yes, it's the electrons. The pipes. The pipes would be the wire. Yes, Neil Arjun, AOD. Yeah, Temara. Oh, may Zoom user. Mag-change ng name para mag-ano. Huwag na isulat sa slide ang ano answer. Mahirapan ka dyan. How about the bulb? Open and close. Yes, it's the switch, right? Blue. How about the water wheel or the turbine? Kasi sometimes in traditional farms, di ba? They harvest the water and then it flows through the water wheel and then the water wheel sort of like turns and generates power. Water wheel. The bulb is, yeah, switch. Bulb is switch, also resistor, because you get to control your, chicha. Water wheel, your electrical load, whatever your electrical load is, like light bulbs, and so on. Okay, thank you for your participation. I appreciate that, Bern. I saw your answer. Okay, your switches for the bulbs. Wow, you're correct. Water wheel or turbine, that's your electrical load. In our classes, it can be the LED, the buzzer, or if you have servo motors and so on. If your water circuit is a closed loop, you have a complete circuit. Sige, this is another picture showing that. So why is the battery the pump, sort of like the pump, right? So diba, when your water is let's say on the ground floor, kailangan mo ng pump para siya ay tumaas sa second floor, right? So you have to be spending energy to move it from low potential to high potential point, or in my analogy, the ground floor to the second floor. And then, saan mo gagamitin ang tubig? Maybe it's useful for turning a turbine, right? In our circuit, maybe it's useful for lighting up a light bulb, and so on and so forth. So you get your cycle there. Okay, so dito sa Arduino, anong counterpart ng power source? It can be, where do I get my power source? Chincha. I keep misclicking. What would be the counterpart of the power source? Is anyone chatting? Yeah, you can connect it to the battery, but we have ano, diba? We have USB cables. Why are you using the USB cables? Yeah, we have USB port, diba, Blue? Why would you connect your USB port of the Arduino to the computer using your USB cable? Because the computer becomes your power source, right? Sige. Yeah. Your computer becomes your power source. And then, for Fortitude, di pa sila nakahawak ng Arduino Uno, but there are pins there, 5 volts or 3.3 volts, which you can use to supply the energy to the breadboard. How about your conductors? What are your conductors in Arduino? Yes, exactly. The jumper wire. That's correct. Javelin, Cheralis. Yes, I'm reading all of your comments. Okay, very good. Now, how about the load? What's the electrical load? Ito yung magta-transform ng electrical energy into something else. Yes, it can be the LED, it can be the buzzer. What if I want to produce, depende sa project, yes. What if I want to produce movement? What is the load? Servo motors, yes, exactly. Servo motors, yes. Control devices, sometimes you want to open it, you want to close your circuit. Now, what are your control devices? The switch, what's our term? Push button, yes, exactly, Javelin. Push button, you can also use potentiometer. Yes, that's correct. Blue.
Good afternoon po.
Yes, good afternoon. Potentiometer. Transistor, although I'm not going to have you use a transistor. Okay, relay switches is also. Okay, so that's very good. You get the analogies. Sige, wait lang. How do I remove your little drawings? Don't do the drawings, guys. Okay. Okay. Sige. This is just showing you the This is just showing you the schematic diagrams that you can use, the symbols that you can use for each of the parts of the circuit. So the light bulb here, resistor, like you can use jagged lines like this. The battery here, the longer line is the plus terminal. The shorter one is the negative terminal. So since you have 3 batteries, here you have 3 pairs of that. And then this is your switch or your buttons. This is a closed switch since nakalapat na siya. If I do this, that's an open switch, right? Chincha. Okay, next. Ayan, closed circuit, complete ang path mo. Hindi siya broken. So your current can flow. So obviously, pag sinabing open circuit, yun yung opposite, incomplete or broken. So as a result, there's no current that is flowing. This is another diagram, just showing you open and closed circuit. Open because your switch is open there. This one is closed. Your switch is turned on. So you have your light bulb is doing its thing. It's functioning. Okay, series versus parallel circuit. Pinag-usapan natin ito kanina, no? Sabi natin kapag series circuit, you only have one path for your electrons to flow like this. And your light bulb experiences the same amount of current. What flows through light bulb number 1 also flows through light bulb number 2. If your LED gets busted, your second LED will be affected, right? Pag parallel, you have multiple pathways. So here I have 2 branches, and your component works independently, which is, of course, a good thing since when one of them is not working, it's not going to affect the other, right? So anong ginagamit usually in our Arduino exercises? Parallel circuits, of course. And they receive power independently. So later on, you will see sa Arduino, meron kang mga digital pins, 0 to 13. You can see that each light bulb will have their own digital pin connections. Okay, we need to talk about the breadboard because this is where you're going to build your circuit. So in your Arduino kit, the rest of you have seen this except for Fortitude. They will do it tomorrow. There are 3 types of breadboards. So we have the full-size breadboard and then the half-size breadboard, yung kalahati ng full size, and then you also have mini breadboards. So ayan ang itsura ng breadboard. Let me just go back. You can see there are several holes, and then there are symbols that you can see. Some are letters, some are numbers. There are positive and negative lines, blue and red, and so on. So syempre, kapag malaki ang project mo, madaming nakalagay na components para hindi siya magsikip, di ba? E di syempre, gamitin mo yung full-size breadboard. Madami yung tie points. 830 holes. Yung half-size breadboard naman, that's obviously half of the full size. You only have 400 tie points. So maybe if you have smaller projects, or maybe if your project, you want to sort of like design your project and dalagay mo yung breadboard sa loob ng building because you want it to look less cluttered, edi gusto mo mas maliit ang breadboard. So you might use half-size breadboard. Mini breadboard is just for maybe if you're just using LEDs. This would be a few LEDs. This would be a good choice. May mga parts po ang breadboard, tandaan po natin yung tawag sa kanila. So power rail, on 2 ends of the breadboard, you can see dito merong plus na pula, red line, left and right, and also blue line, negative. So ang tawag sa kanila ay power rails. Power rails. You can also call them bus strips, or if I say positive line, negative line, you know what I mean. Okay? Terminal strips naman po yung tawag doon sa groups of 5 holes. Each of these rows have 5 holes. Those are called terminal strips. And then you have a gap in the middle. The gap disconnects or breaks the connection between this group of 5 holes with the next group of 5 holes. So this is the center gap, or the bridge is where you put your buttons, your transistors, also your 7 segments, and so on, across the center gap or the bridge. So let's just take a look at the different markings that we can see in the breadboard. Okay, so naka-highlight dito yung mga holes. So according to the label, meron akong 30 holes here sa terminal strips na ito, area na ito. That's column C. All of these are column C. All of those holes. And then when I say row 12, all of these holes, these two groups of 5 holes here on the left and on the right, those all belongs to row number 12. So of course, pwedeng mag-intersect. If I specify the column and specify the row, I can pinpoint the exact tie point or hole that I'm referring to. So ito, column C, and then row 12. So C12 siya. Hole C12. This one, yung green na nakita po ninyo dito. Okay, so I told you a while ago na power rail ang tawag dito sa may plus and may minus sa magkabilang sides. So this is where you will connect if you want to use batteries, that's where you will connect your positive and negative terminal. And this is also where you will connect the Arduino GND. The GND sort of acts like the negative, like a counterpart negative terminal of the battery. And then your 5 volts acts like the power or the positive terminal of the battery. So this is where you will connect it. You can choose which power rail you want to use. This one on the right, or this one on the left. But you can also connect them. You connect the negative and negative power rails and positive power rails using jumper wires. Okay. If we do some connections, pag tayo nag-connect dito sa power rails, meron tayong color coding convention na ginagamit sa mga wires. So pagko-connect ka dito sa plus power rail, you use the red jumper wire. And then the black, usually the black, or if you want the blue to stay consistent, but usually it's the black wire you use to connect to the GND of the Arduino, or to the negative terminal of your battery. Okay, so next important question is, paano konektado yung aking mga tie points, yung mga holes? So this one is very, very important. Alam dapat natin kung which holes are connected. So start tayo dito sa power rails. Ibig sabihin ng diagram na to, all of my positive power rails holes are connected, and all of my negative power rail holes are also connected. So from 1 to 30, yung holes across or along this negative blue line and this positive blue line, connected sila sa isa't isa, pero not on each other. What I mean is, yung negative dito, hindi siya connected doon sa plus doon. Actually, don't do that. You're going to get a short circuit. But across the positive power rails, that's connected. Negative power rail, that's connected. I keep repeating that because, again, you have to remember. Now, looking at my, what I call this, terminal strips, remember merong center gap, diba? There's a center gap or the bridge. Sila yung separator. Kaya hindi magka-connect yung terminal strip dito sa kaliwa, dito sa Hindi siya connected dito sa terminal strip sa kanan. So what I mean is, yung rows of 5 here, yung A, B, C, D, E, A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, they are connected to each other. Okay? But yung F1, G1, H1, I1, J1, yes, they are connected with each other, but not across. So yung A1 is not connected to F1. B1 is not connected to F1 and the rest of the 5 holes here. So if you want to connect them, kailangan mo mag-wire across the center gap or the bridge. Later on, I think nakahawak na kayo ng breadboard except for one section. Huwag po natin tanggalin yung yung sticker kasi magiging malakit siya, magiging sticky, magkakapit yung ibang components doon. But if you have your own breadboard and you're making a project, of course, you can remove the adhesive but not the kit. Ang gusto kong sabihin dito is, kapag tinanggal mo siya, ano yung nasa loob ng breadboard? Bakit yung terminal strips are grouped the connections are grouped in 5? So what you can see is sort of like metal clips like this. They are conductors, so your current can flow through them. Kaya pag naman nag-insert ka doon ng dalawang legs, or here, the component have 3 legs. Pag nag-insert ka doon ng leg, ng mga leads, ng mga components, the electricity or the electrons gets to flow. Kasi sa ilalim pala, there are metal, sort of like metal clips like this. This breadboard is a clear one, kaya transparent siya, but the one we have is not. So that's why I want to show this picture. Okay. So later on, pag nag-ano na kayo, kapag kayo ay let me turn off my camera first. I need to charge my laptop. Kapag kayo ay titingin na sa module, sa laboratory manual rather, and then nakita nyo doon ang circuit diagram, breadboard diagram, ang tanong is, sir, kailangan ko po ba katulad nung nakikita ko sa circuit diagram? So I have to count the holes. So ano ba siya? Halimbawa, this is J10. Dapat yung one leg of the LED nasa J10 talaga siya. Tapos yung one leg of the button nasa F10 talaga siya. What do you guys think? Do I have to make it, I think no po, sir, sabi ni Nell Arjon. Can you open your mic, Nell? Why did you say that? That's the correct answer.
Sir, as long po nasa sa line po.
As long as nasa line, kasi all of these lines are connected. Okay. Yeah. So that's important kasi some students make a mistake that nagka-count pa sila not knowing na pwede naman umisod yung LED halimbawa basta the connection still makes sense or it still is a closed circuit. Okay. Are these two circuits electrically equivalent? Here, the point is, just because they don't look visually alike, it doesn't mean that they are not electrically equivalent. When I say electrically equivalent, the connections are essentially the same, right? Okay, so I forgot to say the positive and negatives of the LED, but I can show you later on. The red line is the positive terminal of the battery, right? So I'd like to trace the current, how it flows through my circuit. So this flows like this. Dito sa red wire. And then, is my cursor visible, by the way? Is my cursor visible?
Opo, sir.
Okay, sige, that's good. It comes from here, starting here sa red wire, and then, di ba sabi natin, connected lahat ng power rail, o di magflow siya across here. Di ba? But then you have a jumper wire here. So your current moves from this to this. And then, di ba sabi natin, here in the terminal strips, it's connected by 5 across the row. So here you have across this row, you have current. You have electrons flowing, but then you have the lead of the LED here. So it flows through the LED and then goes down here and then there. And then magka-row din naman ang ang other lead at saka yung resistor na you use to protect your LED. So in this one, not only is the resistor sort of like a protector for overcurrent, but also a wire kasi it connects to the negative here. And then dapat dito connected ang negative, di ba? Kasi negative power rail ito. And then goes back to the negative terminal of the battery. So that's how it flows there. Now, looking on the circuit on the right, I start again on the red wire here, connected to the red power rail, positive power rail. The black one is connected to the negative power rail as it should be. So red wire here flows through the positive power rail. What's connected sa positive power rail? May dalawa ka nakita dito, di ba? You have the red wire. Yung resistor naman not connected to the positive, but connected to the negative, right? So red wire, red power rail, and then consistent with the color coding, another red wire to this row. I think that's row 10. And then doon din na-connect yung other leg ng LED. So moving through the LED and then going down. You have to complete your cycle, right? So you have to close your circuit. You use the resistor as a dual purpose and then connects to the negative power rail and then goes back to the negative terminal. Okay, so yes, although they don't look the same, they have the same electrical connections. So your circuit might not look exactly the same as your classmates, but as long as you are doing the right connections with the terminals, that's okay. I'm on the last part actually, guys. Just a little more. How long have I been talking? Okay, almost 4 p.m. But indulge me a little more. What I'm showing you is Tinkercad. You can access this. This is a very good website where you can produce your own virtual circuits. When I produce your laboratory manual, this is where I made the circuit diagrams or the breadboard diagrams. So I'm going to show you how it works because your next hands-on activity is you're going to follow breadboard diagrams and build simple circuits involving buttons, LEDs, and buzzers. So that we can apply what we learned on how to connect things using a breadboard. So so on and so on. I'll show you how to create circuits and at the same time demonstrate how to do circuits. Okay, so what's good about here is you can pull out your components here on this area on the right. So I'll have a small breadboard here. And then I'd also like a battery for my power source. I'm gonna flip it around para doon siya nakaharap. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is I'll connect. I will be consistent with my color coding. Okay, so right now I have some power here, at least here in the power rails of my breadboard. And then I'll put my LEDs. By the way, guys, LEDs have polarities, which means na meron din siyang positive leg and meron din siyang negative leg. So the positive leg is the anode, yung may bend, and the negative leg is the cathode, which is straight here on the image. So essentially, kailangan mo i-connect yung positive sa positive and yung negative sa negative power rail. So maybe I'll put it here. I can also put it there, whichever. But it's not yet connected to the power, right? Kasi hindi pa siya connected sa power rail. So what you do is you need some wires. So, di ba ito ang connected? These are the rows that are connected, the holes that are connected with each other kasi they belong in the same terminal strip, same row. That's why pag click mo yung isa, nagla-light up, madaming circular green circles na nagla-light up. That indicates which holes are connected. So I draw this in there. So that's connected to my negative terminal. I'll use the resistor as a protector / a connector. So since this is my anode, I need to connect that to the positive terminal. And then if I click start simulation, you can see that the LED lights up. I'll stop the simulation for now. Okay, I'll add another circuit. I'll add another LED rather, consistent with the colors, and I'll use another LED. Start simulation. And then now you have two LEDs. This is a parallel circuit, guys. Kasi if I remove this connection, right, I start another simulation, it doesn't affect the LED number 1. So that's definitely a parallel circuit. What if I want to make a series circuit? I think I'll remove this one. What do you guys think? What do I have to do? So I have a series circuit rather. The first one was parallel. Yes, Miko.
For the first LED, connect nyo po yung negative terminal at yung positive terminal po ng dalawang LEDs po.
Okay. Do you see the row number?
Wait.
Which row numbers should I connect?
C11.
C11. And then? Is it clear? Not too much.
C15.
C15. Okay. Yep. Okay. Now you have a series connection. Okay. And then, of course, para exciting, you would like to try putting on some buttons. That's allowed. So the buttons, as I told you, you need to connect it across the center gap or the bridge. Okay, so just the same thing a while ago. I need to connect my button to my LED, obviously, for me to control it, right? So I'll draw another, hindi ko siya lagay sa 15 kasi wala naman doon ang leg ng button, di ba? Nasaan ang leg ng button? Nasa 14. So doon ako mag-connect. Start simulation. Now, if I do press the button, you can see that it lights up. Oh, by the way, I forgot to trace the current. So how is this happening? So the current is like this. Should I use arrows instead? Okay, across the positive power rail, up. Ito connected with each other, right? And then if you press the button, you close the circuit. So it flows from row 16, across row 16 to 14, and then down here, and then there, and then like that, and so on. Okay, again, if I press the button, I get the LED lighting up. Okay, it's 4:01. I'm a bit of an overtime na. You'll try this hands-on naman.